Guys, I think Blizzard finally did something right. Zeratul, a promotional miniature for the new Starcraft tabletop miniatures game. I've got it. Let's build it. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a special video. So Starcraft is going to be a miniatures game now. Blizzard finally realized the wisdom of Games Workshop, I suppose, and of all of their IPs to turn into a miniatures game. I think StarCraft is the obvious right choice. Warcraft would be cool too, don't get me wrong, but I mean, that's kind of a cluster right now. So Zeratul, this is a promo miniature. For those who want to know more, I recommend you sign up for their newsletter. They don't bug you a whole lot, and they send you updates when there's actually updates. That's how I found out about this guy. And I bought him the first chance I could. Like immediately after I got the email, this thing was in my cart. So we are going to build this guy today, see what this is all about. I really just want to give you guys kind of the experience of what these StarCraft miniatures are going to be like. And let's cut into this thing nice and easy. Oh, wow. Okay, the box is even prettier with the wrapping off of it. I didn't even realize, like, they're kind of going all out here on this. I love it. And here's what we have inside the box. We have 2 sprues, regular plastic sprue, and I'll let you get a close look at this thing as much as possible. Here, all looks very detailed, and we have some clear plastic parts as well. Namely, he's got his energy blade, and that is made of clear plastic. That's the cool thing with these StarCraft miniatures is they will have clear plastic bits, and I'm guessing that the rest of those plastic bits are also, if he is in his stealth mode. So we have instructions here. Yeah, not bad. Very clear instructions. Should be easy enough to assemble. We have some different assembly options, potentially. I don't know. I don't know if Zeratul has any different assembly options. I don't know that it looks like he does. But I'm guessing it's telling us that this is the key, right? Right, this is the key here. I like that. I like that. Now, do they actually tell us what his stats are in the game? No. I don't know that the rules have really been revealed yet, though, so that might be just fine for now, is what it is. There's those QR codes. Want to check those out, take a screenshot or whatever. That's cool. Yeah. So what's interesting here is that there appear to be enough clear plastic bits to assemble like part of him. It's not clear from the instructions what you're supposed to do with this exactly. I guess I will just have to venture forth and give it a shot. I have not watched anybody else assemble this miniature yet because quite frankly, I didn't want it to be spoiled for me. I just wanted to have the experience myself. So I haven't looked up any guides or, like I said, any assembly videos, anything like that. This is literally my first time looking at these sprues. Let's dive into it though. So we got the base to do first. Okay, something that's cool that I'll have to point out here. You'll notice they have numbers, but the numbers have arrows pointing to the part, which is actually kind of brilliant. That's a little thing you could learn in Games Workshop right there. I don't think I've seen that on a Games Workshop sprue before. Okay, so that's the first stage. So far, so good. The pieces fit together really well, as you would expect. And yeah, no, it was all in all a pleasant experience so far. These little tabs really help getting the little pieces lined up. You can tell they put some thought into that. It's hard to do it wrong, which is good. It also feels like the numbering on the sprue is pretty logical. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, it bounces around a little bit, but they're kind of all clustered together pretty well for the most part. It's not like the most confusing sprue I've ever seen. So, hey, that's a bonus. All right, yeah, this Hydralus guy is not having a good day. Okay, so my first confusing step of the process, this weird cloth piece, like you'd think, okay, it's supposed to go like that. No, it goes around like that. Man, that threw me for a loop for a second. I want you to get a feel for how precise this is. So this leg fits in here and it has this little tab, which you can see. It's supposed to slot in right there. There's no glue on this. Once I get that in there, in the right spot, of course, it is in there. This is not a push fit model. I am trying to pull that apart. And it came out, but it took me a second. It's a very solid fit. Okay, that's looking pretty freaking sweet. I don't want to glue it in there though, because I would like to keep the plastic clear. So we're gonna set this aside, I guess, for priming. And with that, he's complete. Quite a lovely miniature here. Of course, we've still got to get on base, but man, texture is great, very detailed. I am probably gonna go full Protoss once they release the whole range. There are some other miniatures that I would be interested in. A few Terran miniatures, potentially. Medics, in particular. Just the Marines, the regular old Marines, might have some interesting bits. Probably some vehicles. You know what? A battle cruiser. If they make the ships too, no, they won't. They probably won't make the ships, will they? That thing would be huge. Man, okay, I'm daydreaming now. Sorry, but if they do, yes, I will be the first in line. That'll give you kind of the full effect there with the blade. I just have that resting there. Like I said, I'm gonna prime all that separately so I can keep it clear. Just a fantastic miniature all around. I love the height of it. And the blade fell off. There it goes. But it's very dynamic. He's got a very clear movement to him. Maybe he was a little too sparing with cement there on the base. Well, let's set him down. Let's let that rest. So then this clear sprue seems to be another Zeratul. So you can have him in his stealth mode, which is neat. But I've already got this thing attached to the base, and there's not a second base. So I might have to get creative and make a custom base for this version, but that's really neat. All right, so we got him primed and dry brushed pretty well here. I've got multiple K armies to paint, and as much as I love this guy, yeah, okay, we are gonna go kind of slap chop here, but I'm still excited to get down to it. We've got some stuff on the base here that I think we'll start with, get a few coats down there, and we'll just see how it goes. We got a little bit of a flesh tone there on the Hydralisk. I was about to say Tyrannid. I'm probably going to wind up saying Tyrannid accidentally like a million times, but yeah, looking good. If you're ever unsure about a color, find a spot on the back of the model and just test it out there. Yeah, see, that might be a little bright. Let's try a darker blue. And we can just go over that on right there. And it doesn't look too bad. In fact, I want to actually compare what this darker blue would look like by itself, because there's actually potentially a benefit, even though it adds an extra step to doing that layer, that lighter blue first. Yeah, unfortunately for me, I like the double coat there. Rats. All right, and while we let that dry, let's get to some of the wrappings and stuff before we come back for the second coat of blue. All right, not too bad. I also did the metallics in brown. Obviously, I'll come back and do metallics on those. Let's get some purple on this cloak. I just love how that goes on there. It's just beautiful. I'm going on nice and thick, too. I am not being stingy. All right, we've got some metallics on there. We've pretty much painted every surface. We've got a few things left to do here. For starters, very obviously, we're going to have to add some object source lighting. I knew that. Painted the cloak purple anyway. I do want to mimic this whole thing. I don't usually do OSL, so it'll be fun. Also have to do the green gems all over the little armor pieces. And then there's probably some dry brushing and so forth that we can do on various surfaces to bring out some more detail. Probably a little bit of a wash here and there. But otherwise, we are getting there. All right, we got the blade ready to go here. I did not prime that clear plastic part. That is simply data system glow directly over the clear plastic. Seems to be doing okay, but it's definitely giving the desired effect of looking like a glowing blade of energy. So I think we're on the right track here. All right, we got it in there. It's not perfect. You can't really tell, but it was supposed to be on his arm before the cloak was put on there. It's not going to really matter. Yeah, but we're going to try this OSL, and the only green that I have that's actually worth using is this, a light green from the Artist Loft. Not even a miniature paint, but I think it's going to work. I'm really hoping it's going to work. So far, so good. Yeah, I was scared there for a second, but that's going to work. All right, for my first ever attempt at object source lighting, I'm kind of impressed with myself. To be honest with you, I thought I was going to screw this up like really bad, and I like it. Geez, it's just a dry brush. And honestly, if I had had more confidence, it would have been way easier to do that like first before assembling the miniature, painting some of the pieces separately, whatever they call that, the sub-assembly thing. Yeah, that would have been a lot easier if I had done it that way. But I don't know. I'm glad I did it this way first. A couple little washes we can put in a few places, but for the most part, I feel like he's pretty good. Man, this miniature for me was nostalgia overload. I can remember going to my grandparents' house, watching Nickelodeon, playing Starcraft on my grandfather's laptop, which at the time was like state of the art, just chilling. Those were the good old days, man. I've talked a little bit about how I'm an author and a storyteller, and some of the very first stories I wrote were actually Starcraft campaigns that I tried to create. There was the campaign editor where you could create your own levels and stuff. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was starting to tell stories. So I kind of got to relive that here, painting this miniature. Blizzard, you done good. You are going to see more Protoss on this channel in the future. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way that you can do that is to grab my book off of Amazon. Jotnar is a short story in a new series I am writing. It's like Halo meets Aliens meets The Walking Dead, but minus all the drama. The link is in the description. Go check it out. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.